Remember to take off my recording sticky note. All right. I'm going to give us a few minutes to get people in the room. If anyone would like to share what is going on through their mind right now, last night of the Emboldened Business arrival. How are you feeling? And I'll be straight up and a little sad that's indeed, but I'm so glad we have Rachel here to close us out because I couldn't think of anyone else to do it with us.
I am so excited, but I really want to hear from anyone else who wants to speak up.
We're shy tonight. It's okay to be a little shy. Yeah. Okay. I am going again. Confession for Rachel is my sister. Oh, Sarah, I didn't realize Sarah was your sister. Oh, I'm sorry about your internet. You had that problem yesterday. It always seems like whenever you have an internet issue, it's like the gift that keeps giving for like a week straight. Good thing today's about manifestation. All right. I guess I am going to start us off. Today is all about the invitation to step into this next level of ourselves. So I am going to start us with a meditation. I keep my eyes open whenever usually I have them closed so I can watch the participants and allow people into the room. Um, but I want to invite everybody to more. I'm going to invite everybody to close their eyes. Okay. Get comfortable in your seat. Just nice, deep breath. Kind of roll out your shoulders. Some of us it's the evening, some of us it's in the morning. Roll out your shoulders. And another deep breath, possibly the deepest breath you've taken all day. Just really inhale through the nose. And we're going to get really loud and exhale through our mouth. And again. And so we're going to walk through a meditation that at first it's going to feel a little uncomfortable. Okay. So I want us to sit with how we started this week out, how you're feeling in life, in your relationships, your connections with others, with work, with your business. How are you feeling right now in this moment? And I want you to feel where that sits in your body. Is there tightness in your chest? Maybe some tension in the hips? Where does what life started out at the beginning of this week, where you're sitting at the beginning of this week? Where does that feel inside your body? And I want you to imagine that feeling continuing on for another week. Okay, that same exact feeling, exactly where you are in your life. That same feeling 1 week from now. And just really sit with where it's at in your body, this feeling of where you started the week out. Maybe it's uneasiness with some of the situations in your life, stress, just really sitting there with it. And now stretch that to a month. And I want you to continue stretching this feeling, this sameness. How does that feel? Is it your health? Is it progress in relationships you wanted to feel that haven't made progress? Is it your sameness in your business? Is it that promotion that you wanted at work? Sit with the sameness. Okay. And I know this can get really, really uncomfortable. Stay with me for a few more breaths. And with the next inhale, we're going to experience this motion. And when we exhale, we're going to let it all go. All of this sameness we are releasing. Okay. Very audibly let it go. And with this next breath, we're going to start looking at the spark we've lit up this week and the fire we've stepping into our power, into our voice, into our visibility, our comfortableness being seen and standing out, our comfortableness being different, feeling uncomfortable situations, pushing ourselves out more and more, and how that uncomfortableness of stepping outside of that comfort zone, how that little zone of safety that you've had for so long feels orgasmic. It feels so good. Every time you push a little more, the feeling gets better and better. Your relationships, with your family, with your friends. Maybe it's a new move. Maybe it's somewhere you wanted to move to. You just haven't been brave enough. Or that raise you haven't asked for yet. Or finally starting that business you wanted. Or stepping into furthering your business. It's not a side hustle anymore. This is full on fuck yes energy. And we're going to feel this expanding beyond a week, beyond a month, beyond a year. Really embracing seeing this feeling grow, feeling it in our body. How does this feel? We feeling tingling sensations? I get very like nipples on moments when I'm in like, fuck yes to my life. How does it feel in your body? This yes to the future you, yes to making yourself uncomfortable, yes to pushing your boundaries, yes to expansion, yes to being so visible and so authentically you. How does she feel? How does it feel to be this person? What does this person look like? What does she wear? How does she carry herself? I want you to just feel this all over your body in every way. From your fingertips, your chest, down your body through your hips, your legs. How does this feeling of being this version of yourself, this future you feel? And let that sit with your body. Let it ingrain itself. Let this feeling tattoo itself into your body. This is you. This is you. And I want us very slowly move your shoulders, give your shoulders a little shake, roll your head side to side, wiggle your toes, your fingers, and then slowly open your eyes. How does that feel in your body? Does anyone want to drop in the chat what that just felt like? the two versions of you. Juicy, exciting. First one's stagnant, second exquisite. Oh, I love it. Had a very tense, busy day, and overall, I need that. Well, you're in for a treat, Legacy. You're going to have a delicious evening. Get rid of a lot of sadness and look forward to the fuck yes. Yeah. So, what's one thing I would love to hear that you feel like carrying forward that you just felt into the weekend and into next week? So that you're going to stand up a little taller, or you're going to start saying, yes, I know, whenever someone compliments. What did you say, Rachel? Whenever I told you, I was like, oh my God, you look like a goddess. Because you have like the best reply.
I don't even remember what I said, but I think, oh, maybe I just said thank you. Like
That
the
with the hands and everything. And I was like, that right there is what it's all about. And you keep bravely digging into the unknown instead of staying stuck in fear. That's a big one. Bravely digging into the unknown instead of staying stuck in fear. I was going to say the F word, fucking fear. But fuck fear. There's something. Fuck it. Um, and I think that's such a beautiful expansion of fucking fear is something. That's a smut novel waiting to be written. Loving myself where I am in every present moment. Yeah. One of the big aspects of this week is being uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. And for a lot of women in business, that means stretching yourself to a whole new limit and really expanding beyond what you're comfortable with. And one of the biggest things is being visible in business. But another aspect of being comfortable with the businessy side of business. Yes, I feel the stretch. And one of the things are whenever you're so incredible at what you do and your passion, the other parts of business don't seem as sexy. And that's where not everybody's the backing queen, which is not that stuff. I know we talked about that earlier today. Um, but the back end of business. And that's something where my passion is. And usually that's why I love working so much with spiritual, soul-led, juicy business owners. Back to the smut novels. Yeah, that's my other side hustle is the smut novels now. But really stepping into this version of yourself that can hold so much. And that's something that's so important whenever you're stepping into visibility is building a business that can support that aspect of it, which I'm going to just drop my little link to the Emboldened Business Method. And I'm also going to leave this 30-minute session because I'm really excited to get into Rachel's manifestation. But if anyone's curious about expanding beyond into the businessy side of business and having a fuck yes, fuck ton of time with it and getting really comfortable with F bombs, click that link and I would love to talk to you. We can talk not a sleazy, creepy, buy this thing, hypnotize you, but a real talk about where you are in business and if what I do fits you or if something else will fit you, we'll find that thing for you. So grab that link. It's completely free. You get to spend a little time with me. And like I told everybody earlier, no, it does not include my full name in there because my whole name is very much my mom wanted me to either do porn or be in pageants, not both at the same time. They typically don't. I mean, I guess there are pageants that include both, but that's very much multitasking that I'm not on that level yet for. But on that note, Rachel, I'm ready for you to lay it on us. I am so like the deep excitement over Rachel, the pleasure psychic.
Thank you for that delicious intro. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm really excited to be here with all of you. And I have invited some of you personally, and those of you I don't know, I just want to give my love and thanks and appreciation to every single person in this room. You are here for the Queen's keys to manifestation, unlocking the doors to everything you desire. And thank you for the compliment on my crown. I bought it for you, my lovely audience, and you're here with me because I'm so excited for the things that you are going to manifest. I'll introduce myself in a minute. I'll tell you who I am because you're like, who are you? First of all. But I want to tell you that tonight I am going to teach you the exact method that I use to manifest a trip to France worth $5,000, a trip to Egypt worth $5,000, a VIP experience at a conference worth $1,600, 3 concert tickets worth $300, spa treatments worth over $400. And I truly believe that's just the beginning. Oh, and then I forgot to mention, recently got backed into my car accident. Did I tell you this, Tabitha?
No.
Someone hit my car, but it is okay. It's okay because no one got hurt. Thank God. Thank Goddess. And also, on top of that, when I filed the insurance claim and they were interviewing me, I had very much been honest that I was not injured. Okay. I was honest in all the paperwork. And then when the insurance adjuster called me, they said, we hear you have pain and suffering on a scale of 1 to 10. How much is your suffering? I said, it's a 7. And they were like, is $1,700 okay with you? I said, yes. So again, I manifested, but it was partially because I said Louise Hay's quote. It's something along the lines of, and out of this situation, only good will come. I decided instead of being like, oh my God, my car, I was like, you know what? Something great is going to come from this. So now that I said all of those things, and you can start to like percolate in the excitement with me because I'm excited for you and I want you to tell me what you manifest when you use this method. I'm Rachel Merril. Hi, I'm the pleasure psychic. And my story begins in snowy North Dakota, where I was raised. There were wonderful things about my upbringing. There were terrible things about my upbringing, including I did have an abusive, religiously oppressive family. My parents were not always the greatest parents. They had their wonderful things and terrible things. And at that time, when I was raised in this religiously oppressive place, I was taught to be ashamed of my body, to hide my sexuality, because I knew when I was 12 that I was bisexual. I hid that. I drew pictures of curvy women and then I ripped them up and shoved them to the bottom of the trash can because I was like, I can't let anyone know this. And then when I was 39, I finally came out. So quick little, like, in a nutshell, what I talk about in my book, which is I Sang Anyway, a stepmom's spiritual memoir of healing. I was strangled by my father. And then in college, I experienced some sexual trauma. And then I had the trauma, I've been married and divorced twice, of being a stepmother who was not protected by my then husband from his ex-wife. So I've been through the pain of 2 divorces, so many different things of being unemployed, and I've gone through a lot of stress like the rest of us. We all have our own story, right? And we all have our own struggles. But I have learned through spirituality and my own resilience to alchemize the pain and to use pleasure in the alchemy to make what is, like, you could say it's like a shitty situation, turning it into absolute gold, into making these things that are supposed to be terrible, just looking at them and saying exactly what I said before with the quote from Louise Hay, out of this situation, only good will come. So how did I get here? really quick backstory about that before I dive into the method that you will all be excited to try out. Um, when I was in my first marriage, I was in the shower and I heard spirit, I heard this voice say to me, there is a way for you to organize your thoughts. There is a way for you to help control your anxiety. And that way was meditation. So thank you, Tabitha, for starting us out in meditation. I had thought about guiding you through a pussy or cock meditation, but because we have limited time, I am going to just give my full force to the method and the exciting things I have to share with you. So, um, what happened in 2015, 10 years ago, that changed my life forever? There were two things really then that changed my life forever. One was I had a friend unfortunately pass away from suicide, and she started coming to me from the other side to tell me that I'm a medium. And I said, I don't want to talk to dead people. That sounds terrifying. And she said, too bad, bitch. You're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. I can hear her laughing on the other side. She would fully approve of me saying this because that's how she talked to me, with love. And so I went through all kinds of training. I learned how to read the Akashic records, et cetera, et cetera. A Reiki master, so much spiritual training, a life coach. I up level my life. I know I have all of these spiritual gifts, but what can I do to really like go to the next level? And she said, you need to reclaim your sensuality. You need to work with your sacral energy, your lower energy, your center of creativity. And a week later, I found the Vita program by Layla Martin, which is how I got into coaching, love, sex, and relationships coaching. So I learned how to take all these magical, beautiful things and anchor them into my body through pleasure. Oh, Legacy knows about Layla Martin. Yay! I'm so excited. Yes. If you don't know who she is, please look her up. I fully support all of her work. She's fantastic. And I use her certification program in my work. And so that means it is the gold standard. Yes, Tanya's saying she's an absolute diva. Yes, exactly. Thank you. I'm so glad that you know who this is. So then you know that, like, this is not some little tiny, like, side of the road coaching program. This is like a 2-year intensive thing where you like go to Costa Rica and you're naked for a week with 100 women and you're doing sex magic next to each other. And it's just like this incredible thing. So, yeah, it's amazing. She said, open your thighs to manifestation. Tabitha, I love this. Oh, amazing. Yeah. So I wanted to just share this like juicy energy with you because everything is energy. And if you can get excited about your life again, like find that spark in your life again, and then you learn how to like harness it through what I'm about to teach you, other methods I teach you through my coaching, you're unstoppable. You're just like a limitless multi-dimensional being with pussy or cock power or whatever you have. Like that is your power. And I can teach you how to harness it. So I want to know, because I'm really curious, give me a 1 if you want to hear about how to unlock the doors to everything you desire. Would you like the keys to manifestation? Put it in the chat, a 1. And if you're not into manifesting, put a 2. Okay. Oh, Isis and Mary Magdalene. Yes. Amazing. I'm also a channel. I channel Goddess Isis. I work with Mary Magdalene a lot. This is my tribe. I love all of you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take a drink of water because I have so much to say about this method that I've developed with other people I'm sure you have heard of. You're Egyptian, you'd love to channel Isis. Well, I could teach you how to do that. I love that. That's amazing. And by the way, side note, I've had 3 Egyptian boyfriends. Okay, let me drink some water. 1 second. All right. I'm so excited that you are ready for this. Sahara Rose called me Isis reincarnate. Oh my gosh, I love Sahara Rose. Of course. this is the temple. This is the vibrant energy. This is like coming back to the goddess, to the god, to the queen, to the king, like whatever gender you are, everyone is welcome here. And I also, that's the other thing I wanted to say. Oh, you are a certified spiritual life coach under her. Amazing. Oh, look at this. Look at you're all incredible. I could also learn from you. You're incredible. Um, yes. So you said that you're ready. I'm very excited to share this exact method that I've developed. And I do want to give credit to a couple of the people that have helped me develop this. Um, it seems like I don't need to, actually, one thing at a time. I'm so excited. I wanted to share all these thoughts all at once. The people I want to give credit to are Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill, and then of course Layla Martin. And really the way that I learned from them and then played with the energy to create what I created for you, this is how I got here. This is how I opened my mind to the limitless possibilities, how I deepened into pleasure. And all right, well, I don't want to wait anymore because I can feel your excitement. So I'm excited to share this with you right now. Okay. So there are four main keys, and I really invite you to kind of play with these keys, play with these. Oh, I have a key right here, just like as a symbol, of course. Um, I invite you to play with it on your own. But I will tell you that belief and feeling are absolutely the most foundational pieces of the manifesting. So, key number one is activating your aura and pussy or cock. So, you are going to, first of all, you're going to set your timer, your clock on your phone, like on your phone or what, however you want to time yourself. 5 minutes every morning. And don't worry, if you don't write all this down, that's fine. I actually created a journal. So I'll share a link to that later. So every morning you're going to get really clear on what it is you want, right? Super important. You set your timer for 5 minutes, and then you are going to activate your aura, and you can practice this right now. And before you start really deepening into the activation of your aura, I'm going to invite you to breathe into your pussy or your cock. And that is your power center where you're going to lift up the Kundalini energy. Is there anyone here? Okay, so if you're familiar with Kundalini energy, put a 1 in the chat. If you're not familiar, put a 2 in the chat. And no shame either way. I would love to know. Okay, perfect. Okay, so it's probably about 50-50. So everyone has a quick explanation of this before I really like go too deep into the first key. Everyone has Kundalini energy, and this is like the masculine and the feminine. It's not about your gender, it's just the energy that we all hold. And so, have you seen the medical symbol? It's like a staff that looks like it has snakes and that has the wings on the top, Caduceus. So, that is actually symbolizing Kundalini energy for anyone who doesn't already know that. And what you do when you breathe into that area between your legs, this sacred area, you're beginning to raise through focusing your pleasure there. You're lifting that energy up to connect up to the divine. So, activating your aura and pressing your cock. So, how do you do this? It's so simple. You are going to breathe into your heart center and kind of like start to move your hips, just like deepening into this like juicy pleasure. You're basically turning yourself on. And I do this every morning for 5 minutes. I breathe into my heart center. I let my aura expand. So that's like, imagine your love expanding from your heart. This is making your aura come out to here, and you're imagining it's like glittering in gold, and you're activating it. So as you're activating your aura, and you're kind of like twirling your hips and feeling like so turned on, this amplifies your manifestation. You are going to say these things to yourself for 5 minutes, like over and over again. You're going to be like, again, imagining there's glittering gold. It's you. This is your presence, remembering who you are as this limitless being. And you're going to really deepen into these phrases like, my presence is wealth. Money is safe with me. I am aligned with the energy of expansion. Success and opportunities flow to me. And you say these phrases over and over again for 5 minutes, and you're really just like letting the deliciousness flow through you so that you really, really, really feel it. The feeling is so important. If you're just saying the words, it's really not going to work. It's not going to unlock. It's not going to be the key that unlocks the door all the way. And so the more you do this, the more you practice it, the more you will see miracles happening in your life. You will see success and opportunities flowing to you. You will see money flowing to you. You will see anything that you're desiring. It's going to start, instead of feeling like it's running away from you, it's going to like turn around and start to go toward you because you're becoming magnetic. Okay, that's the first key. And if you feel a difference in your energy, just from kind of like trying that out, I'd like to invite you to type the word activated into the chat. Do you feel a difference? Do you feel a juiciness? Amazing. I love it. Okay. So we covered the first key. This is activating your aura and your pussy or your cock. And then the second key, this is visualization. Now, I will tell you an example, a perfect example of visualization that really worked for me. And this is the proof that it can still work, even if you're not picturing it exactly as it plays out. So before I went to the Living Brave Live conference that I manifested for free, the VIP experience that was worth $1,600. Again, it was free for me, which I manifested. I was visualizing seeing Amanda Francis. She's a money manifestation queen. I was visualizing her on the stage. And the way I visualized her was sitting in a chair with her legs crossed, and that the chair was white. So pick anything. It could be like a color, something to like, this is anchoring it in your mind. And so the day it happened, the day that I was there in the conference, Amanda Francis, sure enough, was sitting on a chair. And most people during that 2-day conference were not sitting in chairs, but she was. Her chair wasn't white, but her skirt was. So this is the exciting thing, that it's still anchored in to the reality. And also, I mean, yes, just seeing her on the stage, I believed it so deeply that by the time it happened, I just told myself, of course this is happening. Of course it is. And that's how manifestation feels when you are doing all of these steps, when you're really, really feeling it, you're believing it, and you're using these keys. Okay, third is you're going to anchor with your words. So I already talked about activating your aura, you're activating through those words, but tell the universe what you want. You can call it a prayer, you can call it a spell, you can say it's just saying it out loud, you can talk to your spirit team, whatever you want to call it, claiming it for yourself and already deciding it's yours. Like, that is the difference. You decide it is yours, it is yours, it is yours. Yes, I love that anchor was one of your words for this year. I love that. That's amazing. I'm looking at the chat. So then when you're anchoring through words, you may also consider like telling a friend about your desire. And I'm not saying go around to everywhere saying, I need to get into this conference, I need to get into this conference, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. But I happened to say this to a friend. And then because she knew someone else who then couldn't make it, and I had already told her of my desire, that friend, through her, because I knew her, gifted me the conference ticket. And that's how again, this is anchoring it in through your words. Your words are spells. Your words are wise. Your words, like, be careful with your words because they help you manifest. If you're talking about how you're miserable all the time and you're busy all the time, you never have time for this, that's exactly what's going to happen in your life. But you can change it. You can start over every single day. I just love this. Okay. So before we go into key number 4, I want to know, what is something that you are really calling in, something really juicy that you feel comfortable sharing in the chat? If you would please add it to the chat, I would love to know, like, whether it is more money, more love, more success, more Lamborghinis. I have no idea what you want, but please tell me what it is that you are really calling in. More love. Amazing. Yes. I love it. Your business. Amazing. Deeper connections and abundance. Yes. A person I can cherish life with. Amazing. Getting an upgrade to fly business class to London in February with the birth of my granddaughter. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Oh, a week trip to New Orleans, to Nolans. I love it. Amazing. Okay. So I love that you all shared these things, but I want to tell you, I'm going to invite you to get way more specific and fill in your first online program. I love that. Okay. So I'm going to ask you, please get way more specific. So instead of saying, let's pretend someone said, I want more money, come up with the amount, come up with the time frame. When's your deadline? Like, get very, very specific about the details. So I invite you after this, maybe like write it in a journal or on a piece of paper, on a post-it note, type it into your computer, on your phone, in your notes app, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to invite you to get really, really, really specific. Because if you just say, let's say, I want love, please, goddess or God or universe, whatever you believe in, then the universe might deliver that to you, but it might not be exactly what you want because you weren't specific enough. So I invite you to get really, really, really specific. Because otherwise, I mean, that's where the phrase "be careful what you ask for" came from. So get really, really specific. Okay. Who is ready? Drop 1 in the chat if you'd like to hear what the last key is for manifestation. Okay, amazing. I have my October NOLA Pinterest board. Oh, I love that. Yes, you can use Pinterest, just like Tabitha said. Amazing. And I'm so excited that you are as excited about this key number 4. Okay, key number 4. I call this observing the no and shifting to a yes. And what I mean by this is there may be times, because you're a human, that you have doubts that this is going to work out for you. It happens to every single one of us. Yes, even me, even anyone who's done this a million times, manifesting all these other things. And what does that mean? It means observing your thoughts and imagine you are the queen or the king of your court. And you have all these advisors around your table. And these advisors are the parts of yourself. I love this description that I got from Layla Martin. I absolutely love it. And one of your advisors is the one that's like, that's not going to work out for you. You don't deserve that. That's ridiculous. Why would you get that? And instead of trying to be like, I wish you would shut up and get out of here, instead of being like, you're like chained away in a padded room to that part of yourself. No, you as the queen or the king, you get to notice that advisor, and you're basically going to observe that part of yourself, because that's part of yourself, with compassion. And then when you observe yourself with compassion, that part of yourself, you're going to say to yourself, thank you for your thoughts. It gets to be different this time. And then you ask a different advisor, the one that said, it's already yours. You're going to listen to that advisor, to that side of yourself. So you're observing the no, you're shifting to a yes. So anytime those sneaky doubts creep into your head that they say, well, not you. Why would you get that? Well, there's so many other better people that would get that. Observe it and shift it to a yes. And you say, it gets to be different this time. That is exactly what I started to think when I was like, oh no, I don't have the money for this conference. How can I go? How can I go? I said to that part of myself, thank you. It gets to be different this time. And I kept doing that. Anytime I noticed it, it didn't matter if it was like 100 times the doubts crept in, it gets to be different this time. And it's already yours. So, yes, those are the 4 keys to manifesting everything you desire with Eros. And Eros, for anyone who might not know, well, let me check in with you. First of all, if you know what Eros is, drop a 1. If you don't know what Eros is, drop a 2. Okay, and I need to like update my chat box because I can't see. I have so many people. Okay, okay, perfect. It looks like most of you understand what Eros is, but not all of you. So I will explain. So Eros, in mythology, is like a god of sexuality, and it basically stands for reclaiming your passion, reclaiming your sensuality, like rewriting the delicious story of your life so you get to have pleasure, so you get to clear things out of your nervous system that might be from past sexual trauma or physical trauma, whatever it is. And you get to, so basically, the way I like to describe it, how I prefer to describe it is clearing out the t-shirt so you can bring in the fur coat, right? Because who doesn't want the fur coat more than the t-shirt? I mean, the t-shirt's comfortable, but the fur coat could be worn in these amazing places. Thank you, Tabitha. I love that too. So, yes, Eros is your reclamation of your pussy, of your cock, as not being dirty, as being a source of power for you. Your pleasure is your power, and it helps you actually manifest faster, which is why I have something really special for you. Anyone who attended this, you get uh, um, the free guide that I have, which is Sex Magic for Social Justice. I also am very inclusive in my business, so I fully support the BIPOC and LGBTQ plus communities. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm in full support of all people who are ready to be held in a sacred container, in a safe, trauma-informed space, in a place that's fun, though. It doesn't have to, like, of course, like trauma is not fun, but I help you release it in a way that gets to be fun. And that's the best part. So, besides the guide for sex magic for social justice, and I'm going to be emailing everything to Tabitha like immediately after this is over. So she has it. You're welcome. I also have a journal that I created for you that has the steps laid out, and you can put your own thoughts in it. And it is called the Queen's Keys to Manifestation Journal. So I will actually, I have the link here. I'm going to drop it in the chat, but I will also send it over to Tabitha. So that is the journal. And then also, I have this offer that is like, I have worked for, I would say, 16 years to create this program for you based on the gold standard of everything I've ever encountered. I've been a program director, I've done all these things, but what I'm really, really passionate about is helping you have pleasure and spiritual breakthroughs, of helping you manifest the life that you desire. And so I have created a coaching program that is called the Pleasure Palace, where you get to reclaim your sovereignty as the king or the queen of your own existence. And it includes 6 Zoom sessions, And on top of the Zoom sessions, you get one-on-one support with me, which it could be in WhatsApp or it could be in text, whatever works best for you. We could even do voice messages on Instagram. I love doing that. Does anyone else here love to do that? Drop a one if you like to like send voice messages to your besties in the DMs of Instagram. I do this every day. I think other people do this. Yes. Okay. Yes, you do this too. Amazing. So you get the one-on-one support in the meetings with me on Zoom. You get the messaging voice notes anytime to answer any of your questions. And then on top of that, I'm giving you so much more because I want you to have like the most possible value. So I'm giving you my course. Okay, what did Tabitha say? Tabitha say in the past 2 months, I went from no voice notes to 90% voice notes. Yes, they're just so fun. They're so fun. And you can express yourself so much better than just like a regular text. Yes, best thing ever. Yes. So you get the meetings, you get the support through the juicy voice notes, which include my energy to remind you that you are a queen, that you are a king. And then on top of that, I'm giving you, when you sign up for the Pleasure Palace, you will also get my course that's worth over $500, which is how to write and publish your best-selling book. My course on intro to spirituality, which is called Ignite Your Intuition, that's worth $100. And then I have the guides that I'm going to give you, the Sex Magic for Social Justice, plus the Queen's Keys to Manifestation. You won't have to pay extra for that if you sign up for the Pleasure Palace. You're getting all of these bonuses and everything that I have poured my heart, soul, and pussy into for 16 years that you get to say fuck yes to. So I am going to drop the link to that here in the chat. And if you are serious about really up leveling your life, if you're ready for epic love, abundance, a transformation in your pleasure and like reclaiming your crown as a queen or the king of your existence, I really invite you to into this special investment because I am going to be doubling the price on Monday. So that's very soon. Normally I would charge 4,444 for this, but for you, I charge 3,333. The best part is there are payment plans for this gorgeous investment in yourself that you will reap benefits from so much. And some of the payment plans start at $0 down. So technically, you could transform your whole entire life for $0 and then make payments. So think of like, it's kind of mind blowing when you think of the energy, the quantum leaps that you could have, that you could experience. And I can hold your hand through it if that is something that you are serious about. If you're actually serious about experiencing epic love, abundance, and everything that you ever desired, then I am totally here for that for you. And I want to give you another free thing. So I'm going to give you Pleasure Psychic playlist, which I created for you. And it's right there in Spotify, so you can listen to it anytime. It has some sexy, juicy songs so that you can listen when you're doing sex magic or whatever it is that you want to do. But yeah, I really want to invite you into the Pleasure Palace. I can't wait to see you there. So you can click on the link, but then you can also, I know that Tabitha already has my Instagram, but you can find me on Instagram at The Pleasure Psychic. And then we can start your juicy plan because I'm so excited for what you will manifest. So I guess at this point, I would love to do a closing ritual with you. But I want to ask you, from what I shared with you today, who is excited about manifesting epic love, abundance, business, whatever it is you're calling in? Put a 1 in the chat. And if you're just not sure yet about that, then put a 2 in the chat. And that's also okay because I love and respect wherever you are in your life. Amazing, amazing. Well, I am here ready to be your guide. And I'm going to now invite you into just a quick 5-minute closing ritual. So we have the keys that I shared with you. And I want to thank you all for being here to witness me and to witness yourselves in this juicy, delicious container. It gets to be so good and fun because why not? Fuck yes. And if you have a candle, I invite you to light it. I have this candle. It is a lucky candle for success and manifesting. So you could light that. If you don't have a candle, it's okay too. You can imagine a delicious candle being lit. And I'm going to invite all of you to, as you light this candle in your imagination or in reality, I'm going to invite you to imagine that you have the key to transforming your life. I'm going to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you'd like, you can close your eyes or leave them open, whatever feels good to you. And imagine that today is the day that you decided to change everything. That you decided to up level in every possible way and to finally claim that which is yours. It's already done. It gets to be different this time. I invite you to breathe into that feeling that feel like you have it already. Feel like you have that gorgeous love, that gorgeous business, that gorgeous money and trip to Nolans, whatever it is. Feel it in your body that you have it in another dimension and you're simply realigning to bring it into your reality and feel the power that you hold, that you're the one who holds the keys, that maybe you forgot, but you hold the keys. I invite you to just sit with that for a moment. Think of how epic it is that it's not outside of you, it's within you. And maybe you just needed someone to remind you of that. And maybe you needed someone to hold the space for you, to hold a container for you, to be your cheerleader, to remind yourself that you are the sovereign queen or king of your existence. And it gets to be juicy and delicious and so fun. And I invite you to breathe gratitude into your heart for showing up here, for claiming your crown, for being in this space for other queens and kings. Such a majestic group of people. And when you're ready, inviting you to open your eyes. And I invite you to take that energy, that delicious energy, into the rest of your night, into the rest of your week, and forward. And now, if you have any questions, totally okay if you have 0 questions, but if you have questions, now is the perfect time to ask. I am ready.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. In the morning, I try to take as many notes as I could. Either I know you say you're going to send us a guide, but how much time do you dedicate to your 4 keys method in the morning? Because this really sounds like something that really will, I mean, change lives like that. Like just, it also sounded
Yeah.
like a way better to start my day than like rushing for a cup of coffee to have like a pleasurable experience of a morning.
Yeah. So I love this question. So you're gonna feel into like ask your pussy or cock what you need in the morning. But I start with 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I really recommend if you can do more, that's absolutely beautiful. But also you can incorporate other practices too. Like I love to take this massage oil that I have. It's like scented and it's also flavorful. Like if you ever want to use it with a
Okay.
partner or just with yourself, it's vanilla. And I massage my shoulders. I sometimes do a breast massage to like do a heart opener. So you can like massage your chest to really like feel like you're welcoming in the day, you're welcoming in your blessings, your everything beautiful, pleasurable, it's coming into your life. And when you do that and you commit to like seeing the miracles and believing that all these manifestations, they're just like percolating, ready to come into your life, they're already on their way, then that's the exciting part. Like, so definitely at least 5 minutes. Yeah. Mhm.
I would love everybody to drop a one if they're going to start their day with this tomorrow, because I know
Do
I
it.
am.
Yay. Amazing. I'm so excited. Will
The
you
just
please all do me a favor? Like, please promise me. This is the one thing I'm going to ask you to promise me. Promise me that when you manifest these things, you will tell me. Please do that. Will you drop a one in the chat if you promise to tell me when you manifest these things? Please do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So grateful for you.
I'm going to
Amazing.
share after our first chat we had the manifestation of the book. I'm a
Yes.
huge
Yeah.
Hunger Games, like I love the Hunger Games. I bought like the limited edition little set whenever it came out. But I've always wanted a first edition of it. It was something that,
Yeah.
after our conversation, it's just something that came up in my mind. And it was just
Yeah.
like, just a thought. And I was like, okay, went to antique store and they're like flopped on one of the shelves with like the books of disrepair that no one loved. And I picked up a copy of the Hunger Games and it was a first edition. So
Yes.
just like it was $10 and I was just like, oh my God. So yeah, I just wanna that was just after conversation number one with Rachel. So yeah,
See, you get activated and you remember your power, and it's so powerful and juicy. So I'm so excited for you and celebrating you.
it's definitely I need to find a great place to put it though. Like shrine of the maybe not
Its
a shrine
own
to the Hunger
self.
Games, not the thing to have a shrine to, but does anyone else have a manifestation thing that's there? That was the first edition you got. Does anyone else have a manifestation that they're really calling in right at now at this moment that you want to share with the group? That's not what you typed in the chat. We'll say it out loud, verbalize it. Claim your manifestation.
It's already done. It's already yours.
I'm still down with my New Orleans trip. I always wanted New Orleans in October.
Yes.
Empire
Oh, sounds
tours, all the
amazing.
juiciness, have some Creole
I cannot wait
accent.
to hear about it. I will go there someday, I'm sure. Mhm.
Definitely. Get in here.
Looks like Legacy has a question.
Yes.
Hi, I'm definitely calling in the deeper alignment, just getting all of that sorted out and just having things go a bit more smoothly, trusting myself. That's a huge calling right now, is just to trust myself. Also, sorry that I still have my camera off. I'm still naked, Tabitha, and I don't want to wear clothes. So,
I
no
love it.
Good.
camera, but
I support this.
Stay naked. Support the nakedness, everyone.
Be naked as much as possible, please.
yes. But yeah, just wanted to share that. Thank you so much, ladies, for providing this. I absolutely love it. I've enjoyed being here. It's made my night.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Amazing. And thank you everyone else for being here too. So much love. Love you.
Well, on that note, I'm trying not to, I'm not going to cry on us because I'm sad it's the last night. But I think so much goodness and so much yumminess has happened all week. And then today was just like the lip biter of the evening, the yummy that we needed. To
Yes.
include the Bolden revival. Miss being here at night. Well, you can spend your night with me anytime. No, I'm not I'm not a great winker. I have to like force a wink. Ah, all right.
So grateful
Well,
to be a part of this. Thanks, everybody.
we
Mm.
will be sending out the email shortly, and it'll include more of Rachel. Please do go follow her on Instagram if you don't already. I live for Rachel's stories.
I
You've
love
got,
sharing juicy things that you're like, fuck yes, no one else said that, but yes.
I think it was whenever you pulled up your foot and showed off the red shoe, and I was like, every day, Rachel.
Yeah, I love red, if you can't tell.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
Or I'm gonna have to follow you right after this, Legacies, because I need more of you in my life too. All right. Curious if you're also naked online. Just uh, be always be naked. Next time on Zoom, we'll all be naked together. All right. And on
Yeah,
that,
but only with consent we'll turn on the camera, but otherwise the camera's
yeah,
off.
no surprise nakedness.
Yes.
That's a different kind of Zoom that no one
That would be a different one.
and you're like, oh God, what mentally prepared nakedness that's consensual. That's what we're about here. All right.
Yes.
I love y'all. Have an amazing Friday evening, and we will be talking to y'all very soon.
All right. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.